Okay, so today for ELA, we are going to be identifying similes and metaphors. So the first thing you are going to do is click on the similes and metaphor slideshow. And it should pull up like this. So we are going to go through what the difference is of what a simile and a metaphor is. So a simile is a figure of speech that compares two things using the words like or as. So those are clue words, like or as. So commonly used simile. So my grandma is as blind as a bat. Last night I slept like a baby. And I am snug as a bug in a rug. So using figurative language here, he is comparing how blind his grandma is to a bat. So can your grandma really be as blind as a bat? Maybe so, but this is figurative language, so it really cannot happen. So last night I slept like a baby, okay? Obviously adults can't really sleep like babies, but that just means you're sleeping very comfortable. You had a really good night's sleep. And then I am as snug as a bug in a rug. So bugs get stuck under rugs sometimes, so this might mean you're very comfortable when you're laying or sleeping. So can you think of a simile you've heard? So think of that, say it out loud to yourself, give you a few minutes. Okay, then moving on. Then we have metaphors. Metaphor is a figure of speech that compares two things. It is a simple statement that says one thing is another without using like or as. So simile, you're using the word like or as. Metaphor, you are not using like or as in the sentence. So metaphors, my phone is an old dinosaur. My little sister is a chicken. The bedroom was a pig pen. So your phone cannot really be as old as a dinosaur. It just means it's old. You need to update it. My little sister is a chicken. She really cannot be a chicken. She might just be scared of things. And the bedroom was a pig pen. Pig pens are normally really messy. So these are, again, figurative speeches. So can you think of a metaphor you've heard before? I'll give you a few minutes. Make sure you pause the video to think of this. Say it out loud to yourself. Then, reading these out loud to yourself. Can you decide, is this sentence a simile or a metaphor? What do you think? You are my sunshine. What do you think? Simile or metaphor? Giving you a few seconds. Remember, does it have the words like or as in it? No, so then I would say this is a metaphor. Simile or metaphor? When we have a sub, this classroom is a zoo. Does it have the words like or as? No, so I would say metaphor. My teenage brother eats like a horse. Again, does this have like or as? Yes, so it is a simile. Our English teacher is a walking dictionary. What do you think? Like or as? Okay, you decide. When I was sick last week, my face was as white as snow. What do you think? Simile or metaphor? Don't forget to pause this video as we go through. So now it's your turn. You're going to write a simile or a metaphor about each of the objects below. Homework, the cafeteria, and your desk. So just get out a scratch piece of paper. You're going to just write 3 sentences. So remember, similes have the words like or as in them. Metaphors do not. Okay, so the next thing you are going to do is you have these 2 papers. One's yellow and one's white. This is the similes and metaphor. This whole entire thing is going to get cut out and it is going to be glued into your ELA journal. And then these are individual boxes. These will get cut out entirely. So what you're going to do is you are going to have to read each sentence carefully. So we'll do an example together. She ate like a pig. So remember, a simile compares 2 things using the words like or as, clue words. A metaphor compares 2 things by calling it something else. So that is my big clue decipher I like to use is simile has the words like or as in them, and metaphor does not. So you're gonna have to cut this out. She ate like a pig. Does it have the word like or as in it? Yes, like. So then it would be a metaphor. So you would cut that out and then you would go ahead and glue it into this box. And then go through the next sentence. Kyle runs like a cheetah. Simile or metaphor? Cut it out. Remember, it has the word like in it, so you would glue it under similes. So go ahead and finish doing the rest, cutting these individuals out. I would do one at a time so you do not get confused. Really read through it. Ask yourself, does it have the word like or as in it? And if it does, it is a simile. And if it doesn't, it is a metaphor. So the next thing to do is similes and metaphor task cards. So you will have task cards. Mine are cut out, but yours should be in complete pages. So you have an answer key that is like this. You're going to read each sentence, then circle simile or if it's a metaphor. For example, card number 5. Is this sentence below a simile or a metaphor? So remember again, if you need tools to remember what a simile and what a metaphor is, you have this paper to help you. It also tells you what they are. And then you also have the slideshow that's on here as a reminder. So her eyes are like twinkling stars. So my clue is what I use is, does this sentence have the word like or as in it? Yes or no? No. So then I would say this is a metaphor. So then I would go to number 5. Over here where it says simile or metaphor, I would circle metaphor. So that's for number 5. So you would go ahead and do the exact same things for all of these, and you have 24 questions. Okay, the last thing is our simile and metaphor. This is a slideshow found in your Google Classroom. So if you click on this, it's a slide of similes and metaphors. So what you're going to do is, I don't know if this will work in present mode, but I am presenting it just to show you guys. So our essential questions. You're asking, what are the differences between a simile and what is a difference between a metaphor? Ask yourself, how are they alike and how are they different? I'm going to give you a few minutes to answer that. When you've done and you've talked about those questions and you've answered them, go on ahead to the next slide. The next thing you're going to want to do is play this video. After you have finished watching the video, you're going to use the Venn diagram to record how metaphors and similes are alike and different. Remember, Venn diagram, simile, you're going to type in it. Again, you cannot type in it when you are in presentation mode. You're going to click here. Don't erase the box. If you happen to erase the box, click the undo button up here. Type what a simile is, what a metaphor is, how are they alike in the middle. Remember, if this Venn diagram, if the circles are crossing over, that means how are they alike? And when they're separated, how they are different. So use the video to reference. You can watch the video, pause it, and then type in here to help you. That would be good. So then the next slide would be a drag and sort. Sort the similes and metaphor. The world is a strange place. So again, my reminder, what is a simile and what is a metaphor? Think about it. Ask yourself, what is a simile? What is a metaphor? So I like to, again, say similes have the words like or as in them. So I'm going to read, the world is a stage. Does this have the word like or as in it? Well, no. So then I would know that that is a metaphor. And I'm going to click and I'm going to drag it here. I'm going to do the exact same thing for the rest of the sentences, and I'll read them for you. He was as brave as a lion. He is a walking dictionary. He is as strange as an ox. Her heart is gold. They fought like cats and dogs. She is as tough as nails. He is a pig. You are my sunshine, and her hair was like silk. Again, these are figurative language. These cannot really happen. They are just comparing things. So do that. And then the next slide is write and highlight. You're going to write a paragraph about going to the beach on a hot summer day. Include at least one simile and one metaphor. Highlight your simile in blue and your metaphor in green. So right here you are going to find my cursor where it says type here. you are going to type here. So I'm going to write a paragraph. Make sure you are using swag writing. Okay, your swag writing starts with a capital letter, written neatly and nicely, and a space between each word, and give it punctuation at the end. Very important. So when you're typing, so say you type here and you decide to have a simile, you're going to highlight it in blue. You're going to go up here to this little highlight color and it'll say that. Go here and you're going to click blue. My colors are different from yours. That's totally fine. Don't mess too much on highlighting them. You really want to focus on your story and making sure it makes sense. Your paragraph should be about being on a beach on a summer day. Again, just an example to show you how to highlight these. And here is the green. Clicking the green, and there you go. It's highlighted for you. So again, you need at least one simile and one metaphor.